I'm very fortunate to have followed some terrific headmasters before me. Just outside of my office are pictures of 6 men who were headmasters before me. There were also 2 interim men. One of those 6 served for 3 years. So in 100 years, taking away the school's now 102 years old, taking away the 2 who served as interim, basically there have been 6 longer-term heads. The average tenure of a head of school in the country right now is 6.5 years. Think of how Columbus Academy has benefited and how I have benefited from the work that they did. I think about Mr. Van Sickle, who served from 1911 to 1941. And that may seem like an awfully long time ago, but we have 2 alumni here today who were students when Mr. Van Sickle was the head of school. And he took a school that was simply a dream in the eyes of some civic leaders and turned it into a very important institution in this city. And after 30 years in that role, after Mr. Jones's 3 years, Sumner Dennett, who had served on the faculty for 23 years, became headmaster. And I have heard often from some of our alumni how they have talked about Sumner Dennett. And obviously I never had the opportunity to meet him, but I get a picture of a man who was not necessarily a scholar, but who was a terrific educator. And I have a sense that he had a unique talent for teaching boys how to become men. And that's very relevant to his time. Jack Steffen, the class of 1948, told me that every senior in his graduating class served in the United States military. So how important was it for a school and a head of school to teach boys to become men? Sumner Dennett was followed by Bill Putnam, who had the great challenge of moving Columbus Academy to Gehanna and dealing with that, and then being head of school during the late 60s and the early 70s, which all across this country were a shark tank for anybody who was an authority figure or administrator. Those were not easy times, and the school grew. Its enrollment and its academic status grew during Mr. Putnam's time. But it was also not a time for great morale in schools. So who followed Mr. Putnam but Bo Dixon? And is there anybody who could have been better for building school morale than Bo Dixon? And I hear about the affection that his former students have for him. And I've also heard people say, well, what Bo really did was build up the athletic program and build the school spirit through that. We have a terrific arts program at Columbus Academy right now. The seeds for that were planted by Bo Dixon, and that should not be forgotten. Okay? Bo was followed by Chip McKelkin, who sadly passed away last fall. Imagine Chip coming in, and the first decision he had to be part of, an activity he had to be part of, was the most controversial thing in Columbus Academy's history, going co-ed. And look how successful that has been. And how the school improved during Chip's time in terms of recognizing that kids learn in different ways and learning the potential for technology as a teaching tool and a learning tool. And so if good things have happened in these last few years, they have happened thanks to the good work of those people as heads of schools and all the faculty members that they hired. Because if you have good teachers, you get good kids. And if you get good students, you get good teachers. And as long as Columbus Academy remembers that lesson, it will continue to be a successful school. So in June, my term ends. And next year, Melissa Soderberg will be in my office and in this role. And I ask you to do one thing for Melissa. She's in a somewhat similar situation to what I was 16 years ago. I came to Columbus. I didn't really know Columbus Academy very well. I didn't know Columbus very well. I came to my first holiday luncheon, and I hardly knew anybody in this room. And now I know almost everybody. The one thing a school head asks for when he or she starts is for the benefit of the doubt. The opportunity to be judged not on isolated acts, but on a body of work. And I hope all of my predecessors, I believe all of my predecessors have been judged that way. I hope I get judged that way. And I hope you'll give Melissa that opportunity. I think she's going to be terrific. I think you'll be very impressed with her. And I think she'll be equally, if not more impressed by the alumni body of Columbus Academy, and certainly by the student body. So thank you all very much for coming out on this. In case anybody had any doubt, it's the first day of winter. If you're sitting close to a window, it is indeed the first day of winter. Thank you all very much for your support of Columbus Academy during the time I've been here. More importantly, thank you all very much for the personal friendship that you have offered me. Thank you very much. Happy holidays. Have a great 2013. Thank you.